With another NBA 2K18 My Career gameplay, and today we're going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. So what I want you to do is make sure you enjoy the gameplay, and yeah man, let's get into this video.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ooh, it's spooky tonight. Why? Happy Halloween.
Oh,
on Halloween. Very good. Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. We're putting our costumes on later. How are you going? What are you going to be for Halloween?
I'm wearing a mask right now.
Oh, okay.
He's Shaquille O'Neal.
Who are you going to be?
No, I'm wearing a mask too. He's wearing a Kenny Smith mask and I'm wearing a Shaquille
Oh,
mask.
man, I got so confused.
Right, you didn't know.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm a little slow tonight. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, let's just say it's been an impressive start to the season for them. They've been holding nothing back throughout the early part of their schedule. They're poised to have a monster year if they continue down the same path they're on right now. And for Paul George, it was a tough journey coming back from that gruesome injury. So safe to say he's put that completely in the past, and he's been phenomenal the last few seasons.
You know what, Ernie, I don't know why we're still talking about that. Not every player can come back from something like that. You know, it almost feels like he got better after that.
Yeah,
you know,
he's paying attention
to all the nuances of the
paying
court.
attention.
Yeah.
You know, he's paying attention to him because I think the overall thing that's impressive is his speed and his jumping ability that has come back.
Time for tip-off as we send it over to Kevin Harlan for the call.
You quick, Kenny.
Coming, guys, coming.
Welcome, everyone. We have a very special treat for you here. No trick, it's the NBA on Halloween. It's a special October 31st matchup. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Welcome to Milwaukee, home court advantage for the Bucks. We're at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. It's been a tremendous beginning to the new season. They are now 5-1.
And right now for the Bucks, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they stayed true to it.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo came to the NBA as an unheralded 19-year-old from Greece. But he's been a quick study at the NBA level. One reason? He actually takes notes. He said, we all make mistakes and your mind can't remember them all. I write what I did wrong and what worked. I'm going to keep it going. Someday, I'll have a collection. That dedication, Kevin, the sky is the limit for the Greek freak.
Boy, that's fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you so much. What better way to learn from your mistakes? Now, with a lot of players changing their team in the offseason, Clark, I know a hard part of going to that new team is learning how to play with a new teammate.
You know what? I never had a chance to experience that as an NBA player being traded, but I watched guys go through it, and you're right, it is difficult, much more so than people think, because you're adjusting to a different style, a different chemistry and vibe with your new teammates, and it takes a little while to figure out how you best fit in with your skill set to your new team.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. At small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair, and it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Vaughn, and it's good, assisting on the play, was delivered over. Vaughn's got the game going here with the first basket for Milwaukee. Here's Robertson. Now here's Westbrook. Yes, that goes in.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. There's the pick. It's Parker top of the key.
the hustle from the Greek freak, Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's got a ton of confidence when it comes to beating up that glass.
Now here's Westbrook, and the shot goes in.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Here is Parker, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Screen by Monroe. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. And Craig Monroe with the slam.
And Antetokounmpo is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Burns you with his scoring and passing ability.
So the Bucks, their last game, a win against the Hawks.
They executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
I love that, Greg. You got to do that away from home. Shows how connected they are with one another playing that way. Excellent chemistry.
And what an advantage it is for players, the Bucks, to be able to pick the brain of Coach Jason Kidd. Kidd is a player who found success in so many formats, under so many schemes, under many coaches, from winning NBA titles as well as international titles when he played the game.
I don't know how much more I can embellish that, but you're right, Kevin. There's a lot to be learned from old number 5. I mean, Kidd has also shown a knack for
Let's go
imparting his
defense.
knowledge, which is rich and deep, to his guards. And when you've got a young team like the Bucks are, to have a coach with Kidd's experience and IQ, man, what a blessing for those guys.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
The defense just gave him that one, and you talk about starting on a high note. Didn't seem to respect his mid-range J there.
Parker with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Screen by Monroe. Pocket 6. Parker with another miss. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Here's Roberson. Feeds it to George. Here's Westbrook. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And I love the confidence and energy Westbrook plays with. Just an excellent scorer once he gets good position inside.
Now here is Dellavedova. He picked up 15 points in the last win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
Antetokounmpo up top. Defended by George. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Sometimes all you can do is try to get a hand in Antetokounmpo's face. I mean, just a long player who utilizes his high release point really quite nicely. Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
The pass to Monroe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And I love how intense Monroe is in the paint. If he has the ball close to the bucket, he's thinking about scoring every time, which is how you should think when you're inside.
Now here's Westbrook. A 17-point game for him in the win against Chicago.
You know, Greg Monroe is a very talented big guy out of Georgetown. Is more comfortable facing up to the basket and can hurt you with the mid-range game, but also pretty strong rebounder and interior defender, too.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Westbrook pushes to Robertson. Back to Westbrook. Patterson, the screen. Adams with the screen on Parker. Right wing. Here's Robertson. They grab their own miss. Adams. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Parker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Screen by Monroe. From 20 feet out. The Thunder pull it in. And for Monroe, he was shifted to the bench role in the past season, coming in as a sixth man after spending most of his career as a starter with the Detroit Pistons, and it was a new role.
And you know what, Kevin? A new role that I think he flourished in. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. He's shown the ability to be effective as a starter or OTB coming off the bench. You know exactly what you're going to get from him every time he steps on the floor, and that's valuable for a coach.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. John Henson's checked in for Monroe. Maker comes in for Parker, and Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for Vaughn. Now, here's Cantor. We saw him with 10 points last game. Here's Abrinas. He's guarded by Brogdon.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Seconds left in the first quarter. Felton the pass to Cantor. Buried from 15 feet out. Cantor's got his first basket. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Oklahoma City out in front, up by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
I mean, what's interesting for me, first quarter, they're already getting points from their reserves.
Yeah, and that bench, boy, has been really good. Provided a nice spark so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, we got Doug McDermott. He's out there with Grant. Felton is out there with Ennis Cantor. And it's Abrinas in at the 2-guard spot. Now, here's Antetokounmpo after the miss from Raymond Felton. 6 on the shot clock. McDermott with a steal. And now a fast break for the Thunder. There's Abrinas. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. Shot from 12. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Bucks. And Clark, as a Midwest guy, you grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player, you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind from how they helped that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, an excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to slot that one away.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Hey, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Boy, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
The first one falls. Clark, when you look back at all the coaching you received and all the coaches that you've covered, what allows a coach to have a team buy into what he wants to do?
I think there are a couple of things there, Kevin. One is authenticity, being who you are as a man and a coach. Whatever your personality is, whatever your hallmark pillars are as a coach, the things that you don't allow to be negotiated, staying true to that. But authenticity is huge. And then adaptability, being able to be flexible within your authenticity. Those things, to me, give you the most credibility as a coach and give you a chance to one, be enjoyable to play for and also successful.
And so here is Oklahoma City after the basket by Milwaukee. Now, DJ outside Felton. Cantor sets the pick for Felton. 4 on the shot clock. And there's McDermott. That's good on the assist by Felton. McDermott's got the lead up to 5 now for Oklahoma City. And here is Antetokounmpo. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Atlanta.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Harris outside. Out to the right wing. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And Ennis Cantor picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's checked in for Milwaukee. Rashad Vaughn comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul George comes in for Raymond Felton. Ogden against Harris. Ogden kicks to Parker. It's stolen by Adams. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Harris outside. Pass to George. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to Adams. Here's Abrinas. Good on the three-point shot. And it's an 8-point Thunder lead.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Here's Vaughn. Back to Parker. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Man, I like the energy, the effervescence that Parker plays with. Not resting after receiving the pass, just going right up with it.
Pass to Abrinas. Harris with it. There's a screen by Cantor. The feed to George. And Maker sends it. It's Brogdon on the wing. Guarded by Harris. The Thunder leading by 6. Well, Thon Maker is a project player, Clark, for his team, taken 10th overall in the 2016 draft. Has great size and he moves well, but it's going to be a few years before he gets to where he needs to be.
I agree with you, but with big guys, you can afford to be patient when you see that they have a work ethic and a commitment to getting better, are willing to learn and grow, and then you factor in his athleticism and size. I think it's a weight that's going to pay big dividends for the Bucks.
Parker outside. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Well, he's definitely a work in progress when you look at Parker's game from behind the arc. But still, you've got to get a hand in his face from out there.
Now, here is George. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. George has got his second basket of the game.
Now, what an effort from George. Just outstanding. I mean, feeling the defense on it, but still hitting the shot.
It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Parker.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now, here's DJ. Screen by Adams. Outside, George. And a miss there on the triple. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and it's been a good one. Thunder lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
We're going to need everybody. And the one thing we got to do is we can't settle. We got to keep attacking, get the ball in the paint.
Use that length to your advantage. Thanks, Jason. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. Second half of our Halloween broadcast. Antetokounmpo in this game has been everywhere.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
Giannis and Parker, the explosive forward pick. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Vaughn, and it's Monroe in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've
for him. Here's Vaughn. Back to Parker. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback. And that's now 6 points for Greg Monroe.
Yeah, the determination by Greg Monroe. I mean, never gives up on the glass, which in turn earns him second chance opportunities near the basket.
Anderson can't get it to go.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Here's Vaughn. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's George, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Monroe.
And when George has the ball in a comfortable spot, he's looking to draw the foul, feeling that there's nobody that can stay with him.
The first one falls.
Really hard to think of a more impactful perimeter defender than PG, Paul George. I mean, his combination of size, athleticism, and technique enabled him to smother the opposition at times.
And the Bucks making a change here. Henson's checked in. And George drops them both. And Paul George, a lockdown defender at 6'9", Clark 6'10". He has the foot speed to stay with players a foot shorter.
Yeah, he's a very unique defender with his size, length, and speed and athleticism. Gets around screens, doesn't get screened, he can recover the shooters. I mean, he's the real complete package at the defensive end.
The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And the Thunder making a change here. Grant's checked in. Clark, in your rookie season in the NBA, did you have a welcome to the NBA moment? You know, a particular sequence where you were brutally introduced to how unforgiving the NBA can truly be.
Yeah, how about my first night out? Spencer Haywood ran me in circles, and I shot 2 for 17, scored 6 or 8 points, and he was in my head from the very beginning. Thankfully, the Pacers won that game because it was a forgettable night other than that. But Spencer Haywood, even to this day, I bump into him, reminds me of how he disrupted me and distracted me in that first game of my rookie season.
Now, here's Grant. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the Thunder with some changes. McDermott comes in for Patrick Patterson. That's Felton in for Roberson. And the free throw, no good. Clark, what is amazing about how Giannis plays is how much ground he can cover. It's like he shrinks the floor with how long and tall he is, and his stride when going end-to-end or just attacking the basket.
Agreed. And how about this? I mean, he's Euro-stepping at 7 feet tall. I mean, that's like a dance move, and this guy's doing it with ease. His size and movement and grace looks like at times he's on another planet playing against the best players in the world. The Greek Freak has set a standard on what it means to have elite athleticism in the NBA that very few can match.
And free throw good from Felton. Brogdon, he's checked in for a shot. Ball. Free throws good from Felton. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Monroe with a screen on Westbrook. In the corner, it's Brogdon. Screen by Monroe to the middle to end the run, and assist by Brockton as that one goes in. Monroe's got 7 points for the quarter.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, I mean, you have to really get up in the face of Monroe to bother him. Even with good defense, I think he keeps his eye on the rim as well as any big man around.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 6. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
Well, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
McDermott with the steal. And they're on the break. Here's Grant. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Here's Monroe. And Adams sends it back. In the corner, it's Felton. And the 3 off target.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Outside Westbrook. Over to the wing. Puts it up from 15. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Felton's got 6. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
How about the savvy of Monroe there? I mean, really getting the D to jump right into him on his way up.
Fat
Take a
boy.
break. Take a break.
Fat boy. Fat boy.
The first one falls.
You know, at 6'11", Greg Monroe is no easy cover, especially given his soft shooting touch from mid-range.
Akers checked in for the Bucks. Jabari Parker comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Oklahoma City. DJ comes in for Russell Westbrook. And so Monroe nails both of them. And Clark, if you're a player on a cold streak, either in a game or over a couple games, does that tend to stay with you and get in your head?
You know, it's been so long since I played, Kevin. I would like to think that it didn't with me because the games came so fast. You're playing 3, 4, 5 times a week. You don't have time to loiter on a good game or bad game because the next one is on top of you. So I typically was able to get on to the next play within a game and to the next game after the prior game.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give him a chance for the and 1.
For Milwaukee, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
A free throw good from Baker. The Bucks making a change here. Hawes is checked in. And then for Oklahoma City, Paul George comes in for McDermott. And Alex Abrinas subbed in for DJ.
It should have been Cantor that went out. He don't want to have fouled.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Oklahoma City comes into this one after the win against Chicago.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Yeah, and from the start, Greg, you could tell they were ready to go. Loved how fearless they were, confident, aggressive, attack mode. They don't care where the games are played. They're ready to get it done.
Here is Antetokounmpo after Ennis Cantor's basket. The shot, no good.
And 2 for 1, that's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
Continuing to push the action
and build this lead.
Yeah, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Arenas' shot is off.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
The shot by George, wide open. That doesn't go either for George. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Oklahoma City out in front. They lead by 12. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
We're not talking to each other. Offensively or defensively, let's talk.
And Coach Jason Kidd citing one of the things that can happen over the course of an evening, a breakdown in communication.
And the problem is, even in a league of superstars, this is ultimately a team game. You have to work together to succeed.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Patterson the 4 with Canner in the middle. Andre Robertson out there with Felton. And it's George in at the 3 slot. Now here is George over Parker. And it's George again missing.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Roberson. And he banks in the layup. Roberson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Thunder. The Bucks shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. And it's Parker in the corner. Oh, good on the triple. The Thunder shooting well. They're at 45%. Here's Roberson. Outside, Felton. 5 on the clock. Shoots off the screen. Misses off the right iron.
When he's got that kind of position, he's got to score it. He's got to score the ball from there.
George against Parker. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
And that one falls for Parker.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Henson checked in for Spencer Hawes. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Parker drops the ball.
Well, I tell you what, he is a deceptive athlete. When you look at Jabari Parker, he does a lot of things easily from an athletic standpoint. He's stronger than he looks, has much bounce and agility. Man, I love this guy's upside. Just hope he can stay healthy.
For 3, Westbrook, rebounded by Maker. Bucks
No,
by 10.
no.
Parker with it. George picks him up. Parker kicks to Brogdon. Off the screen. Stolen by George. The Thunder with another miss. And for Parker, it seems that everything he does on the floor is slightly deceptive. Moves smoothly, Clark, but covers a ton of ground with the steps.
Yeah, despite his size, he's got a gracefulness that belies his size. He's smooth and effortless in all that he does. A lot of players matched up on him just get overwhelmed by his explosiveness. And His skill set is right on par with his athleticism. That's a dangerous combo.
And here's Westbrook. Andrew Jabari Parker made that last three-pointer. Here's Vaughn. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. There's the dish to Maker.
No.
Vaughn, the pass to Henson. 6 to shoot. Parker with a clean look. Off target from outside. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Here's Westbrook. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
And, you know, it's obvious he's a talented scorer. I mean, that's a given. A guy you can depend on to get it done in a lot of ways.
Now, here's Brogdon. Parker outside. Kicks it to Henson. The Bucks working the ball around. Maker with a screen from Brogdon. Hits the three-point line.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
There's a screen by Cantor. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Vaughn with the rebound. Bucks trail by 6. Pass to Brogdon. The three ball. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. For 3. Offensive rebound. He kicks to Robertson. There's a screen by Cantor. Fires from deep. That shot no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. In the corner, it's Brogdon. Stolen by Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Now, here's Brogdon. Parker outside. It's tipped. Now, here is George. Outside Westbrook. Over to the left wing. Tries from 10. It's a big high pass and goes in. And it's a 10-point Thunder lead.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here and what looks to be a solid win for Oklahoma City.
Guys, fast break was running up beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category. They continually put pressure on the defense.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Steven Adams.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Here's Vaughn. He feeds it to Dellavedova over Westbrook. And it's Dellavedova missing. Outside Westbrook. Here's Robertson. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
Alright, if you enjoyed the video, my name is Jaquavius Leonard Harris. Make sure you leave a like or comment, and I'll catch you in the next video.